Hello, everybody. Scott Golden with the Golden Opportunities Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to the seasoned veterans of what we do around here. And this is the Superstars of Wrestling series for uh, June 24th, 1995. Shawn Michaels and the Brooklyn Brawler. Remember, Shawn Michaels is relatively new to the area as a babyface anyway. Obviously, not new to the promotion, so new to the area could be a bit disconcerting. But as a babyface, he's only been a babyface since right after WrestleMania 11 in April, so relatively new. Brooklyn Brawler does have a reasonably competitive match with Michaels here. Uh, Very basic punch kick. Shawn even slides through their legs, goes after hits a drop kick, and then is laying on the top rope, almost as if to say he's not the least bit worried about things. Michaels then goes dancing around on the outside of the ring with the body slam on the outside, and eventually Shawn Michaels gets the victory by countout at the last minute. Not quite sure why he gets the countout victory here. Shawn Michaels, though, a super big fan, and the super kick is used. Obviously, so then we go to Waylon Mercy, who basically says, "You know what I mean?" He kills a bug in the process at a what I believe is a cemetery, and is pretty basic there. Then we go to uh, the Men on a Mission tag team, Mabel and Mo, in a squash match. Of course, Mabel right around this point, the King Mabel gimmick is beginning. Uh, Offense from the enhancement talent gets pretty aggressive. Men on a Mission defeating Jerry Flynn and Mike McReynolds. Flynn gets a couple kicks in on Mabel, even though Mabel is significantly more sizely than him. Even hits him with an enziguri, but Mabel takes a good run along the way with obviously going to get over, and rake of the eyes by Mabel. Mabel hits a spin kick of his own, taking his adversary out. Mo is done with the promotion pretty soon hereafter. I think by SummerSlam or so, a couple of months left for Mo. But then we see the other enhancement talent come in. Mabel going right at things, also hyping the Creatures of the Night and the Undertaker, and Mabel going at it in a reasonably consistent feud in the next little while. Creatures of the Night in the crowd doing the white face paint makeup, almost like vampires, and trying to get fans to care about him again. Big splashes by Mabel, and Mabel also hits the leg drop. Hype for the King of the Ring tournament, and obviously trying to get things going. Undertaker and Mabel are going to go at it. Shawn Michaels and Kama going to go at it as part of um, the King of the Ring tournament. Razor Ramon going to be in there as well. Various other deal. And again, I believe this is actually the day before the King of the Ring. The Undertaker is going to be here. Undertaker, of course, is looking for things to do, having war still with the Million Dollar Corporation nearly a year after his Undertaker versus Undertaker battle. Also rises out of the casket. The squash match for the Undertaker, really basic run here. Mabel says he's going to get rid of the dead man once and for all. Barry Horowitz is the adversary for the Undertaker here. Undertaker hits a big choke slam and the flying clothesline, and the tombstone eventually gets the victory. Does the big man, and Mabel tries to come down and cause distraction for the Undertaker, and obviously they are going to do battle sooner or later. Mabel and the Undertaker on a collision course, which actually leads to the Undertaker getting his eye orbital bone busted, and so then we go to Mr. Bob Backlund. Backlund saying that there is no future without him. He wants to lead. He wants to be president. So Mr. Bob Backlund, a pretty major, I guess you'd say, threat there. Skip and Sonny talking about how everybody in the WWF is out of shape but them, and some good hype before they go at it. Basically, Skip and Sonny are at the center of the WWF, and an enhancement match for Skip. Skip hits a modified power bomb pretty quickly. Obviously, he has not found his entire run here, but needless to say, Skip is otherwise known as Chris Candido. pinning John Chrysler with a superplex and a very basic match, although one that allows Skip to do push-ups, jumping jacks, and get the gimmick over. The superplex does lead to a victory for Skip. Hype from Raw and Superstars previous weeks ago, and the promise that Sid and Tatanka are going to eliminate Diesel and the newly turned on the $1 Million Corporation Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow and Mantor, though, is your, I guess you'd say, main match of the week, and Jim Cornette still out there with Mantor. Mantor gets quite a number of shots off on Bigelow, and needless to say, Mantor not exactly in the best of shape, but if round is a shape, then he's in one. Big clothesline by Mantor does take Bigelow off the ground. The fact that he is in a match like this with a guy who really doesn't do terribly much. I did not know Mantor was around this long, but Bigelow certainly is standing toe-to-toe with him to try and get things going in a positive direction for himself. Also, Mantor hits a couple of kicks along the way, tries to get everything he can. Mantor taking the reverse chinlock route and not getting the level of submission or compliance he wants from Bigelow. Match probably goes too long. Not really worth going out of your way to check out, even if you're a fan of Bigelow, because they never really hit the stride that they could. Bigelow has a babyface in WWF for both runs, the 87, 88 run, and this run here never really hits as high as he could. Speaking of going up high, though, he does hit the body slam and a diving headbutt. Before we go back to the King of the Ring tournament promise, and Bret Hart promises to stick Jerry the King Lawler's foot down his own throat, and the Hitman is very clear on that desire to take the King out once and for all, and also very clear that he doesn't care how he has to do so or anything of that nature. Also, there is a blimp in the sky with WWF name on it, and that gets a little bit of an advantage. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, who's relatively new to the promotion, of course, Triple H, a major force in the WWF going forward, but pinning Mike Chloe with the pedigree. Pedigree is now what we know the pedigree to be, although a bit modified over what it eventually becomes in terms of the flat face pancake bump. Go behind arm bars, arm locks, and really basic Triple H. He's actually quite lean here before all the steroids, before all the extra stuff. Muscular, but not going in the direction that everybody wants, and hooks pedigree up in about 2 to 3 minutes into the match and drives his opponent right into the knee. Jerry the King Lawler promises that he's going to make Bret Hart kiss his foot. Also, he is out there and he is managing to talk about the dirt of the foot. King of the Ring is the next thing on docket, which is tomorrow on this particular day. We're gonna wait to cover those when we do the pay-per-views in long form, but needless to say, we'll be back with more right after this.